grade 11 unit 6. So that day I explained to you about the nervous coordination. Today the chemical coordination. So the chemical coordination is controlled by endocrine system. So endocrine system, there are glands. So endocrine glands, the other name for that, ductless glands, because the glands secrete their secretions directly into the blood. The ducts are not carrying the hormones. The secretions we call hormone. The ducts are not carrying hormones to the other organ. Straight away the endocrine glands secrete hormones directly into the blood. So the blood only carrying the hormones to the target organ. So endocrine glands in endocrine system secrete hormones directly into bloodstream and transport through blood. So you know, in our body the gland secretes the two types of chemical substance, that is, one is enzymes and the hormones. The difference between enzymes and hormones, enzymes always act where they secreted, the organ where they secreted or some other organ. Now the digestive system you studied, the pepsin secretes in the stomach and making action in the stomach, same organ. Or the pancreas secretes trypsin, so it is taken to through the pancreatic duct to the duodenum. So the enzymes can act where they secreted or some other organs, but the secretions are taken through a duct. They won't carry by a blood, but the hormones, they won't act where they secreted. Always the hormones are taken through the blood to the some other organs. They make actions. So these are the difference between enzymes and hormones. So the features of hormones, those are organic compounds. The carbon, hydrogen, mainly they have transported through blood, produce at one site and act on another site. So they are not acting where they secreted. Stimulate target organs. The particular organ only they stimulate and make action. Small concentration is required. Small concentration, small amount of hormones are needed for their action. So these are the features of hormones. So here we are going to study some about 6 endocrine glands in our body. So one is here, you can see it. So first one, pituitary gland. Pituitary gland in the brain. I already explained to you, somewhere here in the brain, pituitary gland. So this only controlling all other endocrine glands. So if the pituitary gland is not acting, the other endocrine glands also won't act. So what happened? This is the head of the department for the endocrine system. The other one in the throat, that is thyroid gland. The other one, adrenal gland, that is outside the kidney. The kidney, above the kidney, the adrenal gland present. And the pancreas in the digestive system. So the inside the pancreas there are some group of cells that we call islets of Langerhans. So those are the glands. And the other one in the female, ovary, in the male, testis. So these are the 6 endocrine glands, important endocrine glands we are going to study. So I gave in a chart, the gland is first pituitary gland. So that is below hypothalamus. You know, hypothalamus is controlling our body temperature in the brain. So this is the hypothalamus. Below hypothalamus, the pituitary gland is present in the brain. So the main hormone secreted by pituitary gland is growth hormone. That is regulate our body growth. So increase the protein synthesis. You know that if protein increases, our muscles, bones all grow. the growth of tissues and bones. Actually, the growth hormone regulate our growth of the body. Next one, thyroid gland, that is posterior to tracheal dorsal part of neck. The neck we found the thyroid gland. So there are two hormones secreted by the thyroid gland. One is calcitonin. The calcitonin reduce calcium level in blood. Reduce the calcium level in blood. The other one, thyroxine, that is control metabolic rate. That means metabolism means all activities, all reactions in our body. That is a metabolism. If thyroid gland is not functioning, we get all defect in metabolism. So that is very important hormone, thyroxine. So the thyroid, for the proper function of thyroid, we have to take iodine food. Next one, pancreas. Pancreas, inside the pancreas there is a group of cells, islets of Langerhans. So here the two hormones, this is between stomach and the large intestine. So there are two hormones secreted, insulin and glucagon. So the insulin convert glucose into glycogen. That means if excess glucose is present, so inside the liver, the excess glucose is converted to glycogen and stored in the liver. Earlier we studied in the blood circulatory system. So actually the glucose is initially taken to the liver. So the excess glucose is converted to glycogen and stored in the liver. That is done by insulin, secreted by pancreas. Next one, glucagon, that is reverse action. When the glucose level decreases in our blood, the glycogen, again the stored glycogen converted to glucose. So that is the function. Next one, adrenal, that is surface of kidney. Over the kidney we found adrenal glands. So the hormone is adrenaline, gland is adrenal, hormone adrenaline. Prepare body to activate in emergency. Emergency means now we need extra energy. At that time adrenaline secreted and we get extra energy. At that time blood pressure increases and the glucose level in the blood increases to get extra energy. So prepare the body to activate in emergency. The next one, testis, that is in male, that is outside the abdominal, testosterone. Hormone is testosterone, developing secondary sexual characters. This you studied in grade 10, the secondary sexual characters, and induces spermatogenesis, sperm production. Then female, ovary. Ovary below the kidneys. The two hormones are here. One is estrogen, that is developing secondary sexual characters in female, and progesterone, maintenance of pregnancy and menstrual cycle. So the pregnancy, the progesterone only helping to prepare the uterus wall. So these are some hormones and the endocrine glands. Next one, homeostasis. Homeostasis, that is means maintenance of constant internal environment. Internal environment means tissue fluid. Tissue fluid, that is the cells are surrounded by tissue fluid. We studied in the lymphatic system, and the blood plasma and lymph. So these three called internal environment. So the maintaining the internal environment in constant, that is called homeostasis. So the three factors we have to maintain in internal environment, that is blood glucose level and body temperature and water balance. So these three factors we have to maintain in the internal environment, otherwise you will get diseases. So now first we are going to see the regulation of blood glucose level. So already I told you the two hormones are responsible for this, insulin and glucagon, secreted by pancreas. So the blood glucose level for a healthy man, that is 80 to 120 milligram per 100 milliliter. The 100 milliliter blood the 80 to 120 milligram should be there for the normal healthy person. When glucose level increases in blood, so the glucose level increases, so the some actions made by our organs to regulate that glucose level. So the beta cells in islets of Langerhans, you know the islets of Langerhans, the group of cells in pancreas, those cells have two types, alpha cells and beta cells. So the beta cells in islets of Langerhans in pancreas secrete insulin. The beta cells only secrete insulin. So the insulin, it converts excess glucose into glycogen and stores in liver. So that we studied already. And it breaks excess glucose as carbon dioxide and water. This action is not enough. It also happens. The respiration reaction occurs more. Glucose is converted to carbon dioxide and water. That is, glucose is removed. Or it converts as fat and stored in adipose tissue. That is, underneath of the skin, the adipose tissue, the fat is stored in that tissue. So these three ways or 201 method, the excess glucose is removed from our blood and it is regulated. When glucose level decreases in blood, the glucose level decreases, alpha cells in the pancreas, islets of Langerhans, alpha cells secrete glucagon. So the glucagon convert glycogen, that is stored glycogen in the liver, is converted to glucose. So the glucose level increase. So these are the methods how we are regulating blood glucose level in the blood. Due to absence of beta cells or secretion of insulin will cause diabetics. If some person from the birth they are not having beta cells, so the insulin won't secreted, or in some other reasons the insulin secretion decreases, that cause diabetes. The next one, regulation of body temperature. So you know we are warm blooded animals, so the enzymes in our body all act in our normal body temperature. If the body temperature increases, the enzymes destroyed, right? The body temperature decreases, the enzymes won't not active. So therefore we have to maintain our body temperature at the normal, that is 37 Celsius. So this is normal body temperature, that is 37 Celsius. So when the environment temperature increases or decreases, our body temperature should be maintained as 37 Celsius. So thermoregulatory center of the human present in hypothalamus of the brain. Earlier I told you our body temperature is regulated by hypothalamus, that only making order to some other organs to regulate the body temperature. So when the environmental temperature drops, so the environmental temperature drops, what happened? Our body temperature also decrease. So we have to, that is the body should avoid the loss of heat. So some actions happen. Reduce blood supply to the skin. You know the underneath skin there are blood capillaries. So what happened when the body temperature, the environmental temperature decreases, the blood capillaries underneath skin constrict. So it won't make more blood supply to the skin. So if more the blood supply to the skin only induced to produce sweat. So here reduce blood supply to the skin to reduce heat loss by contracting capillaries in the skin. So what happened? The blood capillaries underneath skin, they constrict. So poor blood supply to the skin, therefore the sweat production decreases. So heat won't release from our body through sweat. So the sweating decreases. So reduce production of sweat. The hairs become erect and trap air layer to act as a heat insulator. That is, hair becomes erect. So you know the skin with hairs. So the hair become erect, like this erect. So the air is trapped between the hairs. So the air act as a insulator, heat insulator. and shivering. So when the environmental temperature drops suddenly, shivering. What is the reason? When shivering, the muscles move faster and produce heat. So these are the some ways, or all ways, methods happen to prevent heat loss from our body when the environmental temperature drops. When the environmental temperature increases, what happen? Our body temperature also increase. So the excess heat should be released from our body. So what happened? Dilate blood vessels in the skin to supply more blood to increase heat loss. That means the blood capillaries underneath skin dilate, expand. So more blood supply to the skin and more sweat production. When the sweat is released from our body, that will release heat also from our body. So dilate blood vessels in the skin to supply more blood to increase heat loss, increase sweat production. So these are the ways. Next one, regulation of water balance. So that is when water level of blood drops in our body, the water level drops. What happened? Pituitary gland, that is in the brain, secretes ADH hormone, right? So ADH hormone to increase reabsorption of water in nephrons. We studied urinary system. You know the nephrons, the water is reabsorbed when the urine is passes through Henle's loop. So when the water level decreases in blood, what happened? The more water reabsorbed again into the body. So therefore reduce the amount of water released with urine. So the amount of urine released from our body decreases because the water level drops. So more water again reabsorbed into the body. So that is controlled by pituitary gland hormone ADH. When water level in blood increases, what happened? The reabsorption rate decreases. So what happened? The more water released with urine. So the urine production increases. So these are the ways the water regulate in our body. So the three factors should be maintained: blood glucose level, body temperature, and water balance. So we are finishing chapter 6.